Hi class, this is Karine again from Cambodia. I am updating this video because there were a few technical issues last quarter, so that's why I'm doing it here. Anyways, this first video is instructions for the diet analysis part 1. So the first part of the diet analysis is probably the easiest, but it also, you want to spend time on it because we will build on this first part for the second part and the third part. So we're actually going to use this first part for the second and the third part. So hopefully you can see my screen. I'm on our PolyLearn website. What you'll do is you will go down to our diet analysis assignment area, and I have all sorts of videos and links for you. There is a NutriCalc video, NutriCalc written instructions, how to send a PDF picture, a portion size guideline. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And then right here, we have Diet Analysis Part 1, Instructions and Forms. So you're going to click on this, and it's going to send you to this page, and you're going to click on one of these instructions. I have some already opened for you to see, so hopefully you're able to see this. And so we'll start at the top. And there's PDF and Word versions of the instructions. They're the same. It just depends on if you're able to download Word or not. But pretty much what we're going to do is you're going to keep a food record. And so this means everything that you eat and drink, including snacks, including water, you will write down dietary supplements or vitamins for 3 days. Preferably, this would be 1 weekend and 2 weekdays because you tend to eat differently on the weekends than the weekdays because of work or school or celebrations or social time with friends. So I will not judge you for what you eat. You can write down whatever you want. I have had people who eat fantastic, super healthy diets. I've had people who write down top ramen, Cheerios, cereal, hot Cheetos, beer, and I don't care. You know, it's just for you. It's not for me. So write down whatever you want to eat and whatever you did eat. You're going to try to describe the foods as detailed as you can. So the brand of the food, how it was prepared, the exact serving size, was it cooked at home? Was it cooked at a restaurant? Was it fresh? Was it frozen? Was it canned, etc.? Did you put condiments on it, butter, soy sauce, dressings, mayonnaise, mustard, etc.? And where are you going to record it? So on PolyLearn, you would click right here. So the food log is where you're going to record it, and I have a food log right here. So currently this food log is empty, and you're going to use one of these food log sheets for each day. So total, you'll be submitting 3 food logs. You can save them all together, but they should be 3 food logs. You don't want to put every single food for the 3 days on one page because I have supplements and comments listed here. So you should have 3 food logs, and you'll be writing them down right there. I do have an example of what I had done. And so this is my particular food log and what I've written down. So you can see for breakfast, I had Dave's Killer Bread. I had 2 slices. I then had fresh mozzarella cheese. Fresh mozzarella cheese nutritionally is different than a drier, more processed mozzarella cheese. So it's important to note that. I had avocado. I had water. I did have Diet Coke. I had edamame. They were in shells, and so it's important to note things like in shell versus just the pods or the seeds, the beans of the edamame, because those would be different in terms of measurements. Tangerines from my yard, miso soup from Trader Joe's. It was prepared with a mix, cauliflower rice, red pepper, green onion, carrot. This was also a mix from Trader Joe's. Wonton vegetables from Trader Joe's. I was actually traveling this day that I did this food log, so I was at my mom's house, and this is something that she prepared for me. Dark chocolate, we always like to have that after a meal as a little treat. Herbal tea, half and half. I put some in my herbal tea. And then we went out to dinner, and so what I ate for dinner, I wasn't as confident with the details, but I did have fish tacos. I had cod. That was the type of fish. It was breaded and fried. I don't know the brand because it was coming from a restaurant. Also corn tortillas, pico de gallo, fish sauce the restaurant made, beans, which I don't know a lot of the details about, but I'm guessing because they tasted delicious, they were made with fat and salt, maybe even lard, steamed rice, water for dinner. And then this is what happened in this particular day of mine. This was back in January. But what happened is I drove home from my mom's house, which is in Santa Barbara, with my 2-year-old son, and he had a horrible earache, so he screamed the whole way home. I ended up stopping and taking him to a med stop in Santa Maria. We spent 4 hours there, and at the pharmacy, we were there till like midnight. And so I got some orange juice for him as a snack on the way, and I drank some myself. And then when I got back, because it was such a rough day with my poor son in the med stop, I needed some wine. So that's what I had. Anyways, that was my day. I do sometimes take a vitamin D and a fish oil capsule. I did that day. I don't always take them, but I do. And so then I put some notes about that day, and I put that I had traveled to Santa Barbara. So I really hope that you're able to see this. In my previous video, it hadn't worked out, but you'll keep one of these food records for each single day. And so it's very important that you keep an accurate food record, because if you don't, when we later go to do the diet analysis, it might not reflect what you actually eat. So then what we're going to do next is you're going to use those diet food logs to enter them into McGraw-Hill. Oh, sorry. So I have McGraw-Hill right here, and this is your class homepage. You see your Learn Smarts. There's me. Here's your book. And right here is something called the Diet Analysis Tool. So you guys would click on it. I'm not going to click on it because the internet is slow here, so I have the page already loaded, but you would click right here. And so I have the page here. And it's going to... it's going to take us to a home page, hopefully quickly. It will look like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to click on Profile. And you're going to create your profile. This is me. So you'll enter your name, your birthday, female or male, your height, your weight. My weight has changed since then, but I will leave it there. For this particular assignment, I want you to enter 0 pounds a week as far as losing. Whether you would actually like to lose or gain weight, you can write in a different part of the assignment. But for the calculation, please just put 0 pounds a week. And then you'll select your activity level. It has descriptions of each of the activity levels here. And I will tell you to be very accurate when selecting your activity level. Otherwise, what I've found is it very much overestimates calorie needs. And so some of my students have had their calorie needs estimated at like 4,000 to 6,000 calories. And then when they go to do their diet analysis, it appears that they're eating way too little. But in reality, they overestimated their activity. So read these descriptions very thoroughly. Sedentary is just house activities, but house activities include grocery shopping, walking the dog, mowing the lawn, gardening. To me, that's actually pretty active. Low active is house activities, all the above, plus walking for 30 minutes at 4 miles per hour every day. So if you were on Cal Poly campus, I would say at minimum you are probably low active. High active, or just very regular active, is all the activities of daily living plus walking for 1 hour 45 minutes. That's actually quite a lot at that 4 mile an hour pace every day. And then very active is walking for 4 hours 50 minutes at 4 mile an hour pace. So that is very, very active. Obviously, we don't all walk, but you can think about if you bike ride or play basketball or baseball or gymnastics or dance, how that might kind of equate. So you will select your activity level. I would say that I'm between low active and active, but I'm going to select low active for now. And then you're going to hit save. It will save your profile. And then what you're going to do is go to this intakes tab, and you can pick a particular day and start to enter the foods you eat. So you should pick the day for the date that you recorded your particular foods. I happen to have recorded those foods on my example food log for, I believe, January 15th. And so if I click on January 15th, let's see if I have any foods. Let's just put water, because water will never throw anything off. And I'm going to find it. Water, just tap. And it has the different measurements, and I'm going to add it. So I have added water. It says a snack. Now this is not showing my previous food record, but I could add something like avocado, and I'm going to do find. And I could do US avocado. Here's California avocado. Remember that I said that I ate that. I think that I'm actually not going to use that particular example, and I think what I'm going to do is do a different day, because I don't want to mess up my previous record. And so what I'm going to do is actually do today, which is June 19th. And I am traveling, so I ate very different items, and I probably won't be able to find them. But I did eat vegetables this morning. So I had steamed carrots, and I'm going to look for that. Steamed carrots. These are both carrots from a restaurant, so I don't want those. So I think I'm just going to go with regular carrots. And I could do fresh, mini cut, sliced. And I'm going to add those. And then what you do is you choose the meal. So I actually had them for breakfast because that's very common where I am. I had multiple slices. As far as cups go, it was probably about 1/4 of a cup of carrots. So I can enter that in, and then I hit Save Changes. And it's going to start to keep my breakfast. My breakfast this morning was actually a mix of all sorts of vegetables, as well as a rice and noodle soup called congee. So I'm going to look for the rice. It was white rice. It was cooked. I believe it was short grained. I do not think it was enriched, because I'm not in the United States. It could have been gluttonous. I think I could do this one. And I probably had about a cup of rice. So I hit add, and then I did have about 1 cup of rice, 1 cup, and this was for my breakfast, and I'm going to hit save. And so it's starting to get my breakfast together. There were also rice noodles. So I will select that. I'm not sure if this will find them. To note, this is not very good at finding cultural foods. So if you traditionally eat cultural foods, you may have difficulty finding some of them in here, and you'll just have to pick what is closest. So I did eat rice noodles. Again, these were breakfast. I probably had 1/2 of a cup of rice noodles, and I'm gonna put save. The soup was in a broth, fish broth. I don't know that it was in a fish broth, but it was definitely a very salty broth. So I think a fish broth would be kind of equivalent. And right now it's not wanting to find the fish broth. Broth, fish. Okay, perfect. So I will add the fish broth, and it is about 1 cup. Again, this was my breakfast, and I hit save. So you're going to do this for every single meal of the day, as well as snacks. Don't forget to add water. Don't forget to add tea, coffee, beverages you drink, alcoholic beverages. Do not add vitamins. Do not add protein bars. Do not add supplements. We will add those separately at the end. So just eat whole foods or foods that you've eaten at restaurants. I also had some fruit. I had banana, so I can add that as well. This was actually a snack. It was definitely not a normal banana. It was a very, very small banana. I probably can't find it even here, so I think I will just pick this and do a half of a one. Anyways, you can see kind of the process for adding the foods. I'll show you one more thing when it comes to my banana. So you want to double check, this was a snack, you want to double check the calories to make sure it's not overestimating, and it will do that if I put the portion too much. So one banana has about 105 calories. That seems about right. If I put a half a banana, this should change. So I just go to each, and this should actually change. I don't know why it didn't, but it would when I save it. So that's kind of what you would do. And you'll also look at your total calories. You want to make sure that this isn't getting out of control. Let's just pretend that I have entered in all my foods for this day. If I did that, I would then go to a different day. And so I would then go to a different day and enter the same thing. Once I'm done entering all 3 days, I'm going to go to the Reports tab, and you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom for all daily reports, hit select, and then you need to make sure that it's you, and you're going to select the days that you ate on. So I have foods recorded for these different days, and I could hit view report, and hopefully this is going to load. And so this is my daily report. I could then save this as a PDF, so I could download this. If I were to click right here, I could download this as a PDF, I could save it, and then I could submit it online. So that's exactly what you'll do for this project. I really hope that this video worked and was helpful for you, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. Okay, thank you.